listening to the Otakuology podcast with Otaku Mike Engine Graves.
Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with the Otakuology podcast with some breaking news that has shocked the anime slash manga fandom communities.
How many times can I shock them?
It's not you we're talking about today, but I guess we have to get on the train of what do you call it? The I don't know. I wouldn't say hype train.
I don't know. Would you really say that we're the ones on the hype train? Because the funny thing is, like, we plan out these shows, and then we have to plan around our schedule with our kids. And I feel like most of the time we sit there and there's somebody that has a fly on the wall. And it's like, oh, Jin Graves and Otaku Mike are going to do this. I need to do this too.
But I feel like we're not like. I mean, there are a ton of videos out already talking about this subject.
They just stole it from us.
But no, I mean, I don't think they would steal it from us because we are kind of. I feel like we're irrelevant because we are the Tenacious D of podcasting.
Exactly. See,
you know. But today we are kind of talking about the news that shocked the anime manga world. Crunchyroll has bought Rightstuf anime.com. The anime distributor who distributes anime in the US and I think Canada as well. I can't remember off the top of my head 'cause I'm not in Canada, so I don't know. You know?
Well, I think they'll do it anywhere, but the price jumps up from like the shipping that we usually have or free shipping to at least like a minimum of $50.
Maybe, but I have a thing that was a news thing that they posted themselves. Do you want me to read it out to you?
Sure.
Or no. So Crunchyroll says the news is out. We're delighted to announce that Rightstuf, one of the world's leading online anime superstores, has officially joined the Crunchyroll. I would say Crunchyroll. The Crunchyroll family, expanding Crunchyroll's e-commerce offerings. The acquisition aims to serve the anime fans and collectors, and even wider array of merchandise for online purchasing, including manga, home video, figures, games, music, everything in between. For 35 years, I didn't know Crunchyroll has been around for 35 years. I knew it was around like 30, but that's surprising because Otaku Mike is 36, or will be 36 this year.
Oh, so you're the same age?
I'm the same age as Crunchyroll at this time. I'm not Crunchyroll, Rightstuf. I'm the same as Rightstuf at this time. Rightstuf mission has been to connect anime fans with the product they love, said Sean Kleckner, CEO of Rightstuf Anime. Joining forces with Crunchyroll allows us to accelerate and scale this efforts more than ever before. There has never been a more exciting time to be an anime fan than today, Kleckner says. And the Rightstuf team will be joining Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's emerging business organization led by Terry Lee. So that's the thing. This is a big deal, I would say, to most people who use Rightstuf anime. It was a shock because it honestly came out of nowhere, to say the least. I don't know how you felt about it, but I was like, what? Like, I didn't. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Because now they technically merged with Funimation, and this will just be like I'm guessing from what I know is it'll still be its own thing, but it's under the Crunchyroll umbrella now, which is interesting to say because you could say like Rightstuf has been like the biggest, almost like mom and pop anime store.
Yeah.
or distributor for the past 35 years, other than like Rob's Anime Corner or whatever the fuck it's called, Like, I mean, for us, it's been a big
Yeah.
deal. Or Right
Right.
Stuff has been a big deal, I'm kind of want to get your opinions on this merger that we know of right now, because
Well,
it's
I hope that it'll actually fix their like distribution stuff, because I mean, and I've already told you about it. Like, I've been waiting on manga to come in that they've actually had, like I've seen in on their thing, and they just have over or bypassed me a few times. I don't know if it's because of how long it was, but I have manga that I've been waiting on that I could have bought at the store, for almost a year now.
why don't you just cancel that order?
I have faith, but
Yes, but we were also in the big COVID manga boom at the time. They're probably fulfilling a lot of back orders, and you're just one of those back orders that hasn't been
but
fulfilled yet.
why would you have it say that you have it in stock if you're still doing back
Well,
orders?
depends on how much they actually have in stock. You don't know exactly what they have in stock, so therefore, why would it get filled? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know,
I
I could have, I don't know, 10 copies of Akira Volume 1, and if 10 people have already ordered, or 11 people ordered it, one person's already going to be out of that, because these orders probably came in before yours did. So, or you could just probably contact them and ask them to cancel your order and just reorder the stuff.
well, now it's not in stock again, so that's the problem
Then
that
just
I'm
cancel your
saying that
order,
they have
just
it.
buy it again somewhere else, or
Yeah,
wait for it again. I mean, that's all you can really do,
yeah.
But I mean, like,
But
I
it's just like really shitty though, having that happen, and then knowing that we're already on, like, we're already 3 more volumes into the series that have come out that you can buy through Right Stuff, and still not have this one.
well, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's other places you can buy manga other than Right Stuff.
That's true.
To be honest,
That's true.
I mean, like, I don't know the last time I actually sat down and put in an order for Right Stuff when it comes to manga, because every time I want something, I go to look and it's never there. So I go to
Right.
other places to just get
Which
it.
so here's a question, throwing it out like that.
Uh-huh.
So, do you think that that's why part of this merger happened, is because they have seen a decline in people buying from them?
I wouldn't say there's possibly a decline. I would possibly say it's easier to probably reach more people, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you look at like this. So like we are obviously like more hardcore anime manga collectors, you know.
The hardest.
Uh, the hardest of hardcore, obviously. Uh, but like when you look at it, you look at it like this, okay?
Yeah.
You look at it like this. How many times have you ran into somebody who is a fan of anime or manga and doesn't know what Right Stuff anime is?
Oh God, all the time,
You can
all the time.
you can say, even though that we know about it, like, other people don't know about Right Stuff anime. You could say it's like Right Stuff anime could possibly be like the biggest niche store that nobody knows about. Everybody knows about, but nobody knows about.
Yeah, you're not helping out their case, buddy.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you
Yeah,
because like when you look at it, anime and manga, like the consumption of it has changed over the years.
that's
To
true.
like, I run into people who don't collect anime and manga, and who don't know what Right Stuff anime is, and don't know where to go buy anime or manga. You know, like it's weird. Like we have this like generational tonal shift of like, I mean, it's mostly like the younger people, like college and whatnot and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
uh, and like, you know, I'm not saying Right Stuff is dying because I don't think it is. I still think Right Stuff is going to be around. Um, but it's
No,
just the
no,
way.
no. So with my question, it was not that happened, but if they
Uh,
didn't team up with Crunchyroll, do you feel like that there could have been that scare, like they just saw a decline in their sales,
mm,
and they go,
well, that
"Hey, maybe we should sell to Crunchyroll right now and go
that
from
I don't.
there," you know?
I really don't know because we don't know the ins and outs of that business deal that happened. You know, I
That's
mean,
true too.
I've listened to interviews in the past with Sean Kleckner, the owner of Right Stuff. You know, and he seems like a very smart businessman. You know,
Yeah,
there has to be some reason, some good reason that he decided to sell the company that he helped create. You know,
I was
like,
just tired. I was just tired of running it.
but I think he loves running
Yeah,
it. Like, I think he
yeah.
does because from what I've listened to, like interviews, like you can go listen to old like ANN interviews. Like they would interview him uh, uh, like once a year. It seemed like, you know, and they would talk about the business, how's Right Stuff doing, stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And he seems to really love, you know, doing this. But I mean, there had to be something there to where they sweeten the pot just a little bit more. And I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing that like a lot of people are saying. Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're gonna lose the good deals. We're gonna lose this and that." Everybody's like, "Oh, the manga discounts are going to be slashed and your manga prices are going to go up." I don't necessarily think that's the case because I feel like honestly, like, um,
This sounds
uh,
like you talked to Jen Graves recently.
no, I did not. I mean, I talked to Bizarre Individual. I mean,
Okay.
you know, I don't think this is going to be a bad move, to be honest. But I'm also the person who doesn't go out and buy a lot of manga from Right Stuff. I more buy
Right.
anime from Right Stuff.
Well, so let me throw this out at you then. With that, would this, because of this merger, would this put you more in the mood to buy from Right Stuff, or do
Mm,
you think you'll still do what you've been doing?
probably still do what I've been doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see like what their distribution will be like now because they do have this big corporate entity over them now
Yeah.
that is Crunchyroll. Because I mean, like, how often do you go and you see a Crunchyroll ad? You know, I go into like fucking every Hot Topic has some kind of Crunchyroll ad like plastered on the outside of it most of the time. You know, like a lot.
Right.
Crunchyroll is a bigger brand name, which is really funny to think about because they used to be an anime pirating site.
Right.
And now they're like this
Right.
big thing now, you know. Uh, I remember back in the day when that was a thing, you know. That was
Back
crazy.
in my day.
It's really crazy to think about that, you know.
Yeah.
Like how
No,
far
I agree.
how far they have come in this situation, you know. And I really think, to be honest, for distribution wise, like this is going to be a good thing. I feel like they'll be able to get more things out there, possibly even get things into stores, maybe even their own product into stores because everybody forgets about Nozomi Entertainment. What's
Yeah.
Nozomi Entertainment, Jen? That's the anime publisher that Right Stuff actually owns.
Yeah.
You know, like I would love to see like more stuff get out there. And what does Nozomi publish at this time? You know, they publish all the Gundam stuff is published through Nozomi Entertainment. Irresponsible Captain Tyler, one of my favorites, Nozomi Entertainment. Dirty Pair, Nozomi Entertainment. You know, uh, Princess Nine, Girl with Third with the Blue Eye. You know, all
Hmm.
these other anime that they have that are more niche anime, and they have all these like now they have more titles, and now they're even making publishing a bunch of the Macross titles, which have been in licensing hell for years. Like,
Right.
nobody could license those anime. Nobody. So what does
Right.
that say? What does that say about, Right Stuff / Nozomi Entertainment? Like, obviously they're movers and shakers when it comes to this because they were able to partner with Harmony Gold to get these Macross licenses. That
We just,
mm,
you know what we got to wait on?
what?
We gotta wait on Disney to buy them out.
Well, Disney just did get the new season of Bleach.
That is true. That is true. That was something else that I was going to bring up later about us talking about.
Yeah,
Because I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a topic for us to talk about right here."
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't care. I really don't care. But I think it's interesting that Disney's getting into the anime game.
I don't care either. I just thought it was funny reading the header that Disney Plus beats out da 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 for Bleach. I was like, "What? No,
Yeah.
no way."
Yeah, way. But but like, I don't know. It seems to be mixed. Like, some people seem to like this, some people seem to don't like this, and you seem to, I don't want to say you're like a little indifferent or you're on the fence about this merger, but this merger is already happening,
Right.
you know.
No, I want to question more about it and will it fix some of the issues that they already currently have? Because here's the other thing too, and I don't know if you remember it, but I remember back in the day when I would buy from Right Stuff when I first found them, and all of their receipts, instead of it being like the sheet of paper that they printed out or whatever,
Yeah.
was that old Scantron paper where it had like the little paper edges with the holes in it on the side that you had to rip off or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 sheets, and you had the black paper in between it to print through all 3 sheets and stuff like that. Like, I found some of those when I was cleaning out a room and threw them all away. And I had wished that I had found like my first one that I had and kept it. And, just as a relic from the past. But,
Yeah.
I remember them doing that. And once you ordered, you got it within like the next 2 to 3 days. Like, it was almost instant. And I get that since they've grown, since other people like us, when we did a lot of YouTube and things like that, and a bunch of other people, we've all pushed it to the extent that, hey, everybody should start buying from Right Stuff. So anybody that, tunes into most manga tubers or stuff like that, that's where a lot of people say,
it's
hey,
your
go.
go-to. It's the go-to. It's always been the go-to, Like,
But
what manga tuber or anime tuber wasn't like, yeah, fucking Right Stuff is the best,
right. Well, and then other manga tubers that ask, they're like, hey, well, where's the best place to buy manga at? Where do you get your stuff at? And everybody's like, Right Stuff. That's where I go. And people are like, what?
Yeah, what's Right Stuff?
I can go to Right Stuff? What's that? That sounds like a porn site,
I've never heard that before.
I've heard a lot of people are like, Right Stuff. Is that like Cupid's? I'm like, no, it's not Right Stuff as like you're getting the right stuff. It's Right Stuff as, this is the right place to go to. But, I remember having that experience and knowing like that's what made me loyal to Right Stuff. And, like the whole thing of having to wait for a whole year because, we're missing a book. Because even before that, if I had like 4 or 5 orders and I had a chunk of books that were ready to go, they would take books from every order and then throw them into a box and send it to me. It was very, very great that way.
Which I wonder though if because the shipping at this point, like, shipping has gone up and their prices for shipping have changed,
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's a factor, because I know they used to kind of eat the shipping price a little bit when you would buy like $50 from them,
Right. And now it's bumped up to 75. But that's the other thing is I just had one that I did like 2 weeks ago where I did it. And, they still can't send me anything because one of the books right after I purchased it was sold out. Well, you can't add that one book to the other stuff that you can't send me yet because of the same reason and then send me everything else.
I don't know. I would have to talk to you. Should just talk to him
Yeah,
about that. To be honest, you know.
I
Uh,
did, and it was, hey, you're basically going to have to wait because we don't have this book in.
I mean, I would just cancel your order and just leave that book out.
So,
To be honest,
that's the problem with part of it,
yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, just with that experience alone, like maybe if Crunchyroll gets in there and kind of fixes some of that stuff, but if they leave it the same, I really feel like even though there is a merger, there will be an even bigger decline from things with Right Stuff.
How so?
I feel like if because I mean the other thing is with manga tubers, if you're trying to get your manga and know that you have it to you ahead of time and all this other stuff to do a
Hmm.
review on it, read it and everything, you're not going to be one of those big names that everybody's going to go to first to really do it because the distributor that is supposed to be sending you this stuff can't get it to you in a timely manner,
Yeah.
you know. And going off of a thing that you and I talked about a few days ago, you walked in and at Barnes and Noble and they accidentally put, a book on the shelf that wasn't actually technically out yet.
Yo, yeah.
You know, so that's the thing though. If you were a big person, you came on a regular basis, they knew you, maybe they would say, hey, technically I can't sell this to you, but I'm going to go ahead and sell this to you because um, I know you're going to review this. You're going to give us a shout out. You're going to do this stuff. I really don't see anything moving forward if you're not hey, this manga just came out, it just got revealed. Let me put my pre-order in, even though we're not going to get it for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Or one of those shoppers that's going to wait till way late and not even care that your manga or your video is coming out late, before people get into it. I
Hmm.
don't see it being a potential thing to help people when you can go to somewhere like Amazon or somewhere else like that and them
Well,
able to send it to you.
it's funny that you say that because Right Stuff has a store on Amazon.
Right.
Like,
And right. Well, and the other thing is they have a thing on eBay too.
yeah,
I've bought directly from Right Stuff, but it's under Robert Kleckner.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's stuff like that. And I get that, it's understandable. You don't want to always promote stuff on your website that
It's
you're not gonna.
It's Sean Kleckner,
What did I say, John?
Robert, Robert
Robert?
Kleckner.
I don't know where I got that from.
Don't disperse the Dark Lord's name. He calls
I
himself
mean,
the
is
Dark.
I mean, is he still the Dark Lord now since
I
he sold
maybe is he the Dark Lord still?
it?
Dark
or
Lord
is
Sean Kleckner?
or is he like Darth Maul and has gotten killed off from the series?
Oh, I don't know. I think that would be sad. I think that would be kind of sad if he like just stepped away and like let his baby
Yeah.
go. You know,
Well, and
I don't know.
That's another thing we don't know is maybe what if they have something dastardly in the works. Crunchyroll does, and they actually, shove him out of his own business.
Yeah,
I mean, as you said, they were a pirating site at one point. So who's to
yeah. I
say?
don't know. I don't. I mean, I see him possibly still running the whole shebang thing. You know, I mean, because he
Yeah,
is a big part of that company. Like,
right.
he,
Who knows though?
yeah, who knows? But one thing that a change that did happen, that people are starting to find out, and I wonder. I'm curious to know like who is actually upset about this change.
Me,
But they took all the hentai off Right Stuff, and
right?
and they're like I saw this like all adult materials off Right Stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, Ghost Ship titles are still on there, and Ghost Ship titles were under the erotica section, which was the hentai section. You
Which is
know, like
weird. Which is weird because Ghost Ship and a couple other ones got moved under there like a year ago. So it's
yeah,
really weird. It's really weird that they were under there a year ago and they're getting pulled back out of it.
yeah, getting pulled back out of it, and they're like just in normal manga demographics or genres, you know.
Yeah,
Now, but like all the hentai was pulled off, and if you go look, you have to go look for this. You go to arrowanime.com, I believe it is,
I
and
don't. I don't care to.
And that's gonna be an offshoot of Rightstuf, where it's just gonna be hentai. I am really curious about that, and like, are they gonna get like more stuff, like
I
more
don't know.
distribution with that?
I
Because
don't know
we
because
got it, we got to look at it like this: like their hentai section was fairly small.
that's
To
true. But I
no,
mean, hentai manga, unless you do it from Faku itself and you have their subscription from the thing,
well,
if hentai manga that's actually printed paperback is very small.
well, I wasn't just talking about that. I was talking about also the games, figures, anime.
Oh,
You
buddy.
know,
Oh, buddy. Go to Faku.
that's what I was talking about. Like, I wonder if their distribution for that is going to get bigger. But I was curious to see like people up in arms about this kind of. And I was like, wait a minute, how many of these people actually buy hentai from Right Stuff? Like, I don't see
Right.
a lot of these people buying hentai, but yet they're kind of mad that all the adult stuff is taken off of Right Stuff. Are they just mad because they don't have that choice anymore?
Well, are they mad because they tried to play themselves off by throwing Otaku Mike under the bus for being a hentai perv and stuff, and now it's coming out that they're angry about it? So you're like, didn't you get on to me about that, you bastard?
I mean,
Stuff like that.
I saw a couple of manga tubers who were like, "Man, they took all the hentai off," and I'm like, "Do y'all review this stuff?" Like,
Right.
and I'm like, "Oh wait, it's just going to another store." Like, I have no
Yeah.
reason to be mad about it. I mean, like,
Right. Well, and let's dissect that. What what gives you the benefit of doing stuff from there and doing stuff, or what would make you go from Arrow or whatever it's called
yeah.
and take business away from Faku?
Well, they partnered with Faku.
I know, but what's to tell you no? Hey, go to Faku
Well, who knows who here
because
knows what
because
Faku is?
I would hope so if you're buying their manga.
I mean, some people don't know
But
that.
right, well, and so the only benefit that you really had before, the difference between Faku and Right Stuff, was that you could
You
buy
got
your other,
sales.
yeah, well, and you could buy your other manga. You
Yeah.
could buy your other manga and have it too. So, like, if Otaku Mike goes, hey, I want to get, trying to think of one that you and I have, the lusty meaty minxes you want or whatever. That's an actual title. Um, if you wanted to get that and you go, yeah, I want to pick up Tales of Wedding Ring Volume 11, and I want to get um, what's the one? Fantasia.
What?
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
Yeah, what is it? It's something Fantasia.
Oh, Worlds in Harem
Yeah,
Fantasia?
yeah. And you go, oh, I want to get the newest, Worlds in Harem Fantasia, and I want to pick up this and blah 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 blah. And there's a DVD that I want. Then you got that.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if we're just saying, well, this is all you're buying is hentai manga or whatever, then Right Stuff hands down because you got the digital one and the physical one.
Well, they don't give you the digital one for Right Stuff.
Right, right. So that's what I'm saying, though. You pay the same price and you get basically two for the price of one
Yeah, that's true.
through Right Stuff. So now that you're given this whole choice, and it's, hey, we have this site called Arrow that you can buy from, or you can buy from Faku. Well, if we look at Right Stuff and we do the same thing and say, hey, you spend $75, that means you're buying 4 hentai volumes, different stuff like that. What is the benefit that you get out of it when you could just go to Faku and get it
Oh,
earlier? You could
well,
get the benefits out of it.
of course, there's always going to be different benefits, but the website isn't up yet. So we
Right.
don't know what the full effect is or what they're going to offer when it comes to like hentai and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We don't know.
I think they really just shot themselves in the foot with that one, because now the benefits that we did get before in the form of being able to be the one-stop shop. Now we're not the one-stop shop anymore.
We're the 1-2 shop.
Exactly.
My
And if
question is though, who decided to take all the hentai off of Rightstuf?
right,
I
I
want to
feel like
know
this.
who's.
I feel like this is a really bad rendition of Blazing Saddles. You know, where are the hentai manga at?
Yeah, where are the hentai manga at?
Not where are the white women at? Where are the hentai manga at? Because
Because that
we're
happened.
just missing out.
That happened like a day after the announcement happened that Rightstuf was bought.
Yeah,
You know, like who decided, hey, we're gonna take all this hentai off of here? Was it?
exactly.
I mean, we don't know like 100% if like the merger has fully gone through yet, because that does take time. You know, it took like a whole year for the Disney Marvel merger to happen,
That's
to
true.
fully happen. You know, so like, who was it? Say like, hey, okay, we'll do this, but you gotta take all your hentai off of here, because Crunchyroll doesn't do hentai. You know,
Right.
like so like maybe they want Right Stuff to be more of like a mainstream thing, and maybe the hentai was like a deterrent. You know,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
who knows? Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
So but I mean, that's kind of. I think
Which
that they really shot themselves in the foot doing that, though.
I don't know. I'm gonna play the wait and see card on that, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of the people who are being vocal at this moment
Yeah.
aren't the normal people who buy hentai from Right Stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just mad because they don't
Well,
have that option.
I'm just saying, as somebody that has a Faku subscription and reads it and everything, and that has a friend, Otaku Mike, that buys more of the books than I do, that that the benefit of how many we're going to actually
Hey,
buy has now decreased. Hey everyone, Jen here, and I wanted to take a quick second from the podcast to tell you about Anchor by Spotify. It's one of the easiest ways now that you can actually record a podcast all in one simple place. You can record it from your phone or your computer, post it to any platform, including Spotify, and also have cool things like this ad or other things, podcast subscriptions happen to you. And it's all entirely free. So go out and download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started today. Due
hey,
to them splitting out.
let me just tell you, I only buy the hentai manga whenever there's a sale. Because $20 a book, even sometimes more than that, they're expensive, to say the least,
That's why you go to Faku. You can be like, hey.
But like I can get a book for like $13 sometimes, instead of
That's
20
true.
bucks. So
That's
that's
true.
why I would wait for the Right Stuff sales to happen, the etchy adult sales to happen, which
Right.
were like once or twice a year, and then during the birthday and Christmas sales they would happen too. But like I don't normally buy. I don't think I've bought in hentai in the past like 9 months.
Right.
Like it's been a while since I've actually purchased the hentai manga.
Well, and going into this just a little bit, because scrolling through all the new books that are on Right Stuff and knowing what's there and saying, hey, is this something that I'm interested in or whatever, and not hentai, but the
Uh-huh.
regular stuff,
Yeah.
because when they had the hentai stuff there, you did scroll past it,
And they started to blur them too. Like they would
they
blur out the
did,
titles. Yeah.
so I would click on I click on one of them, like because usually you came to a 7 seas one first,
Yeah.
not all the time, but usually.
Yeah.
And I would click on it and have it where it was revealed for everything else, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I know for you and I, when we're looking at them, it's what kind of content is coming out of it, things like that. And if the cover of it looks like it could lead you more into a lolicon,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, we're not going to get that. That's just you and I.
Mm-hmm.
We like the boobies.
We like the boobies. Yes,
We
we do.
like the boobies.
That should be
So
a we need a shirt, an Otakuology shirt that says "We like the boobies."
we need to get the little stickers that have the word bubble. We like
We like the boobies.
I mean, and the butts, things like that. But if, like, let's say for this coming month, if that's what they have, they only have like 4 or 5 volumes coming out, and they're at $20. And however much it is, we're stuck
Yeah,
either just buying the three and not getting the discount, paying the shipping and stuff,
I mean, like,
or
so, like,
we're gonna basically renege on our own stuff and say, let me buy one of these just so I get the discount.
so let me just say this. Like,
Okay.
I'm one of those people that don't really care about paying the shipping. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want it,
Yeah.
And if it's a good if it's a good sale, and I want like a specific anime or something, I'll just go ahead and buy it if it's on sale. Like, I don't end up. I'm not necessarily one of those buyers that just does right stuff for the free shipping and all the discounts. I like the
Yeah.
discounts, but I'm one of those people that don't mind paying like the $5 for shipping.
Right.
It's just
Well,
it's just
it just depends. I
I
have a thing. I have a
I
thing, like, if it's gonna be, if the shipping is about half or a quarter of what my order is, I don't want it.
I feel like
It's not
honestly,
beneficial.
we got used to the pampering that Right Stuff has given us with the free shipping, and
Yeah.
people were all up in arms when they raised the shipping costs. But I mean, that's not them. That's, the U.S. Postal Service who raised the
Right.
cost of shipping. Like, it's not Right Stuff's fault. And
Right. And I mean, I fully get that. I mean, that's another thing. Like, I wasn't worried about that, but it also didn't jeopardize where I'm paying. If I miss it, like, let's say I'm at $74,
hmm
then hey, I'm paying the shipping, and if it was $5, that'd be fine. But when I'm paying $15 for shipping for a $75 thing, and I'm
well,
almost paying $100.
you also have to calculate what you're buying in the weight of it as well. Like, the weight plays a big factor in like what size of the box and stuff like that. You know, that's what calculates the shipping. To be honest,
Then I just wouldn't care about it,
well, I'm saying
because
that's how they
yeah,
factor it in. Like the weight, what kind of box they're gonna use. Bigger the box, more shipping usually costs. The weight of it, adds into the shipping cost. It if I buy like one thing of like an anime, it's probably like five. It's like $5 shipping or whatever. Like, it's
right,
not too much. But if you buy like more, the shipping cost is gonna go up because they're gonna put it all in one box.
right,
But usually when it comes to anime, like, bam, you buy 2-3 things, you already hit that specific uh, area where you don't have to pay for shipping.
right.
But I feel like manga is a little different because manga is less expensive, than
Well, I
anime.
mean, if I'm gonna pay $5 and get two, and they're almost $20, like, I could kind of see that. But
Yeah,
if I'm only buying like two Shonen Jump and it's 14, and I'm paying a third automatically out of the gate for it, and that would basically give me another volume of manga free, I'm not going to do that.
yeah. But I mean, you can
So
Shonen Jump's everywhere now. It's a
that's
fucking
true too.
Walmart. But they're at Walmart
Yeah,
and Target now. Even
yeah,
Half Price Books has Shonen Jump. So
right. And I mean, that's true, but
I'm I'm
that's,
I'm more
that's
I'm I'm really more interested in what they're gonna do with Nozomi Entertainment. To be honest, like,
that's this is true.
I am real. That's what I am mostly interested in. Like, I don't really care about the deals. The deals are fine. I don't think I really don't care about the hentai manga going away. What concerns me is Nozomi Entertainment, because they do have a lot of titles that I've bought in the past or expected to buy. Like, I'm looking forward to the Dirty Pair re-release that they're gonna have dub. Finally, we're gonna get a dub for Dirty Pair, which they've been working on for the past like year. Like I wonder will I be able to get that in stores now? Because the Crunchyroll is a part of this now, and will
Yeah.
the distribution
Well,
like
and
become bigger?
have you ever seen anything for um have you ever seen anything that came from them actually in stores
Um,
from Nezumi?
yes, no. Well,
Okay.
I take that back. Recently, I did, but it was at that new store that I got in town, and I don't know if like the store bought from them and put as new.
Yeah,
I've never seen it in like a Walmart or something
that's
like
true.
that. I had when I was at Hastings, I would see some stuff here and there, but like I never seen it at like a Walmart or a Target type of situation.
Right, right. Okay.
And that's what I'm curious as to, like, will we get them in like a Walmart or a Target? Like, will we start seeing like, oh, here's the new Gundam show. I can go buy it at Walmart,
Yeah.
you know, type of
See,
thing.
and I mean that's also part of the thing that I feel is are we going to have, because I feel like it's almost one of those stupid like clout battles. What are you doing to get your clout up,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's kind of what part of it is without being that, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I just
Because now the other thing is too is how it's set up is with Nozomi, and how Crunchyroll already owns, a part of Verve,
mhm.
um
So
and
I mean, like
Funimation's a part of them and things like
when
that.
when
Like,
they would when Crunchyroll and Rightstuf and Crunchyroll and Funimation did that partnership a couple years ago where they actually helped publish a lot of the anime
yeah,
that Crunchyroll had licenses to, and
yeah,
so that stuff eventually did get into stores.
right,
Like you could go physically buy them in stores. Like I could go to Target and get Shield Hero, and
yeah,
that was a Crunchyroll license, I believe, at the time.
hmm,
So like, I mean, there could be good and bad things from this. I don't. I think it's honestly too soon to like throw up your arms and be like, "Oh no, this is a bad thing." You know,
yeah,
I don't. I have loyalty to Right Stuff because I've never had anything bad happen to me through Right Stuff. I've always had a good experience. And even though I don't buy from them a lot anymore, I still will go check out the deals and sales, and I will buy things here and there from them.
yeah.
I don't know, like,
Well, the problem for me is any things that I had problems with that I let go before
uh huh.
is more modern day. It's more of a no, you know.
Well, I
Like,
mean, yes,
I
but
know
you're also
because I got like dogs, bullets, and carnage, and they were like, hey, we're sending this to you, but do you really want us to send it because um 5 of the 8 books we're sending you actually have damage? When somebody was cutting the box open, it sliced into the back of the book or into the
yeah.
pages and things like that. Before it wasn't that much of a deal because I would get something kind of out of it, I guess.
Hmm.
And now, like, if I ever got something like that, or like the get backers and some of the other stuff that were printed wrong, I'm going to expect that to be fixed.
Yeah, and I think they should be held to those standards. To be honest,
You know,
and they're pretty. I've always said they're pretty good at that. They used to even do this. They had this thing where like if you would buy like a DVD from them or whatever, and they
yeah.
would you could send it back and get like a discount on the Blu-ray version.
Well,
If you
and I still have a problem with their honesty system, I guess is kind of what you would call it. Is before, like, if there was something that did happen where, hey, we're not going to necessarily like fix the books that were wrecked or whatever,
Mhm.
but what we're going to end up doing is messaging you, do you still want these? Do you want us to replace them or anything before we send it to you? And then they would send you a little thing that was like, hey, um from this member, they got the okay from Sean, and this is a like good for a 20% off your next order kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, that used to be good, but then they started cracking down whenever people would give you those, and they would turn around and fire the person. So I
Oh,
don't,
I'm curious if like wonder if people were like maybe abusing that system. You
I
know?
don't know. I don't know, because I had one person that sent me one and it was fine and dandy, and I tried to use it and they're like, "Oh, they honored the code, but I tried to message them about something else and it was like, "Oh no, they sent me the wrong book one time." And I tried to message them, "Hey, this other person didn't get their book. This is the person's name, da 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 da." There was a problem with that, basically like it was a fraudulent thing. And
Mm.
so I get that being the mom and popness, but that was something I feel like you could have had leniencies with. And now that they are going to a bigger name, I don't I don't think we should expect there to be problems without them being fixed, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. I mean, we'll
So,
have to wait and see. It's a waiting game, to be honest.
right,
With that, like things change, companies change, but I mean, we just gotta roll with it as the consumer, and speak with your dollar. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's all you can really
right.
do.
Well, I wonder if the discount that they were originally giving us per manga, like the percent off, is going to go up at all.
We'll just have to see. You know.
Will they do it from taking like a third off of the top for us paying to us paying, like it's only taking like a fifth off, something like
Well,
that.
I mean, we'll just have to see. We won't know
So,
until that happens. But anyways, let us know like what do you think about the Right Stuff merger? Do you think we're right? Do you think we're wrong? Do you like this happening? Do you think
right.
it's the best thing for the anime manga community? Do you think it's basically the devil?
Well, and here's the other thing. If you're also somebody that buys from Right Stuff, let us know about it. Because the other thing is, I know about 99% of the people that buy from Right Stuff now that you and I know or have seen have
Huh?
no idea how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
So buying from them since 2013 means something.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because I forgot to ask you.
Okay.
What What was the first thing you ever bought from Right Stuff? What was that?
Oh God.
Do you remember?
Hold on. Because
Okay.
I just talked about this too. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I just talked about this too with my father figure. He
Uh
actually
huh.
got his comic collection stolen, and we were
Uh
talking
huh.
about value. And even though I don't collect American comics the same way
Uh huh.
as he does, my manga collection is basically set in there like that. And we were talking about this and how to let people know like what you have and things like that. And I
Yeah.
said, well, the funny thing is besides what I bought when I was basically 12 to 14 and what somebody gave me as a gift,
Uh huh.
all my receipts and stuff are actually on Right Stuff from the very first time I purchased from them.
Uh huh. Okay. Well, do you want to pause it and check and see?
No, you got another issue that you want to talk
Oh,
about?
I was gonna say, I know exactly what I purchased, and the first thing I purchased from Right Stuff was, and I can tell you when it was. It was during Christmas one year. A
Was it
friend of
after I
mine.
told? Was it after I told you
No,
about him or before?
no, this was way back when I was in college. This was like 2007, 2008, maybe 2009 ish. It was way back then. I got my first apartment, and the first thing I bought from there, and I still own it to this day, is I went through their Christmas sale because I really wanted it, and a friend told me that they had Beck Mongolian Chop Squad on Right Stuff for like $20, like the complete set.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a credit card or uh, and I don't think I had a bank card at the time. I had a bank account, but I didn't have a bank card, so I'd have to like write checks. So I had to get my mom to buy Beck Mongolian Chop Squad for me.
Really?
Off,
That's
yeah,
funny.
Yeah,
That is too funny.
because I was learning how to budget my money and stuff like that, and I didn't have a bank card at the time, and so I would have to write out checks and stuff to buy things, and learn how to be an adult instead of just having the magical card to swipe and you go.
Magical card.
But yeah, I remember my mom coming like, "Mom, can I get this?" Right? I want this for my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
I remember it to this day, and I still own it. I still have it.
How old is it?
It's pretty old. I'll have to post a picture on our page.
Let's see.
On our thing I'll post it on our Otakuology Instagram. The first thing I bought from Rightstuf, and I'll show it off.
Sort by date. Can I do back to forward? Oh my god.
What?
So they put them on here as cancellations, like they were canceled, but I actually got them. I actually got all these, but they put them on as cancellations.
Okay.
It says the first thing I got on here was 7/11 of 13.
Okay. It's a while ago.
Let's see what we got.
What was it?
It came out of $50.42. So now I kind of really want to know what it is now.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's click on it.
Let's
see
see.
what it is.
12 items.
Okay. What is it? Do you have it loaded up?
Archlord Volume 4.
I have no idea what that is.
Baku manga.
Baku,
which is it's a Tokyo Pop release. It's actually Bak.ku.
Okay.
Recast Volume 6. Samurai Man graphic novel.
Oh,
2.
Samurai Man! Oh my god.
Archlord Manga Volume 5. Recast Volume 4. This one says Converted Kit Header, which I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Samurai Man Manga Volume 3, Archlord Volume 6, Recast Manga Volume 5. So this must have been like one of their Christmas sales.
One of their Christmas sales, or maybe clearance or something,
Yeah. Because I think the reason why I probably did it is because I couldn't find the rest of Archlord and Recast anywhere else.
Probably, yeah. Man, all right. Well, that's cool.
Right? You're like, oh man, Jen Graves. That's history right there, buddy.
I guess. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. I gotta be honest, I didn't expect us to get 50 minutes out of this podcast, to be honest.
It's because you don't expect us to do quite as well as you know that we could, because we're good talkers.
But we'll catch you guys in the next episode. See you next time, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. We got any shout-outs?
Shout out to all the other anime manga podcasters out there.
You slouch, you.
Shout out to Heartless Weeb. Shout out to Dad Needs to Talk. Shout out to Bizarre Individual. Shout out to Meet the Weeb Family. Shout out to a new podcast I started listening to, Shoujo Sundays, which is a fun little podcast. Shout out to oh shit, you're putting me on the spot here. I don't have my phone next to me. I can't look and see.
Papa Weeb.
I already said Papa Weeb.
Oh, Mama Weeb.
Mama Weeb. Shout out to A Little Bit Weebish podcast. Shout out to, oh god, you're putting me on the spot.
And they're all the sellouts that we love.
The actual shout out to the actual anime podcast. Shout out to, let's see what we got here. Shout out to the Otaku Noob podcast. They actually shouted us up the other day.
That's good.
On the Instagram. Shout out to Planes, Trains, and Comic Books out there. They were our second interview, I believe, on the podcast. I think.
I feel like you're reading. I feel like you're reading through everybody. we've interviewed before.
No, I'm not.
Gemini Manga.
Shout out to Gemini Manga. I
Gabe
wonder how
DeBabe.
I wonder. Oh, I haven't talked to Gabe DeBabe in quite a while. I think he dropped off the
true.
face of the earth. To be honest, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah. See you guys next time.
Anyway, see you guys next Tuesday. Remember, we're all sellouts in one part of life or another. Catch you later.
True story, bro.